Now, of course, they're just trying to preserve the integrity to prevent copying the art. Okay? So, we're continuing to practice speaking, coming up with complete sentences when we respond to questions. Okay? And we'll continue to do this from time to time. The only way to get better is to practice. So, now, did everybody remember to bring their story? Did everybody remember to bring their story? Do you need a copy?
I borrow you, please. I borrow you.
Oh, you forgot? Okay, now I forgot where we left off. Can someone tell me where we left off? On page 6?
We left at the old
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we left off now someone summarized for me what's happened so far in this story, The Good Earth. And this is the book. I can pass this around if you want to see the full book. You can pass that around if you want to see the full book. Summarize for me, please, someone. Summarize for me, what have we learned so far about Wang Lung? What do we know about him so far? What can you what can we say to one another about Wang Lung? What do we know about him? What does he do? How does he make a living?
He's a farmer.
He's a farmer.
Yes.
He's a poor man,
He's a poor man,
and he wants to marry.
and this is the day of his wedding. We've also met his father. Do you like his father?
Same way.
The father is very demanding,
Yeah.
and he seems to be sort of self-centered. Bring me hot water. Do this. Don't you spend too much money. You're too extravagant. He's a very complaining man. His excuse is that he's an old man, and old men are entitled to be that way. But hopefully I don't get that way when I get older. My daughter wouldn't take it. Okay, so we know that Wang Lung is a poor farmer. He lives alone with his father. He's going to get married. When his wife moves into the house, he will then expect his wife to do the cooking, to heat the water, to take care of the house. So we will resume then on page 6, at the bottom of page 6, where it says, "We will have rice this night, my father." Let me read a few lines, and then we'll take turns. And again, I'm doing this so that we can practice our comprehension. So every so often we'll stop and summarize what we've read, and also we'll encounter new vocabulary. And when we come up with new words, then we'll see what they mean. "We will have rice this night, my father," he said. "Meanwhile, here is corn." "There's only a little rice left in the basket," said the old man, seating himself at the table in the middle room and stirring with his chopsticks the thick yellow gruel. Do you know what gruel is? It's like a paste, you know, that, now since it's thick yellow gruel, this would be like a cereal or a paste made from corn, because it's yellow. Okay? We will eat a little less then at the spring festival, said Wang Lung. But the old man did not hear. He was supping loudly at his bowl. Supping, you know, when you eat, that you hold the bowl and you sort of slurp it up. That's supping, you know, supping. Supping. Wang Lung went into his own room then and drew about him again the long blue robe and let down the braid of his hair. He passed his hand over his shaven brow and over his cheeks. Perhaps he had better be newly shaven. It was scarcely sunrise yet. He could pass through the street of the barbers and be shaved before he went to the house where the woman waited for him. If he had the money, he would do it. So again, we're told that he's very poor because he's not even certain he has enough money to be shaved on his wedding day. Okay, so let's continue there. Nam, would you read about 3 sentences for us, okay?
He took from his girdle a small kerchief, a pouch of grey cloth, and counted the money in it. There were 6 silver dollars and a double handful of copper coins. He had not yet told his father he had such friends to suit the night. He had now asked his male cousin, the young son of his uncle, and his uncle for his father's sake, and 3 neighbor farmers who lived in the village with him.
Okay, let's stop there. Thank you. You did very well. The only thing that maybe you need help with was he had not yet told his father he had asked friends to sup that night. What that phrase means was to have them over for dinner. To sup means to dine together, to eat together.
Is a supper?
Yeah, supper comes from the word sup. And so he's planning on having guests to come for dinner that night. His uncle, his cousins, some neighboring farmers. Okay, where it starts with he had planned to bring back. Ben, would you start there, please?
He had planned to bring back from the town a small fish and a handful of chickens. He might even buy a few of bamboo sprouts from the side of the written beef to stew with the cabbage he has raised in his own garden. But this if there were any money left after the bean oil and soybean sauce had been bought. If he could not perhaps buy the beef. Well, he would shave this head and decide suddenly.
Okay, very good. Ben, you did an excellent job. Are there any words there that we need to work on? What's going on here is he has to decide, he has only so much money, and he has to decide whether to buy beef for the supper tonight or to shave his head. And this tells us how poor he is. He has to make a decision. And he decides that he would shave his head, and his guests would just get by, would have less to eat at their dinner that night after the wedding. So then, Ma, would you start where it says, he left the old man?
He left the old man without speech and went out into the early morning. In spite of the dark, laid down, the sun was mounting the horizon full and sparkling up on the dew on the recent green but the family in the Wang was divorced for an insect and he stood to examine the busting head. They were empty as nets and resting for the rain. He smelled the air and looked asleep at the sky. Then was there dark in the cloud, heavy upon the wind. He was by a stick of incense and placed it in the distant temple to the earth god. On a day like this, he would do it.
Very good. Ma did very, very good. We, I think, encountered some new words here, so let's look at them.